Hey guys, Coach Ben here, FixBenches.com, and today I'm going to show you how to get into a tighter setup and increase your bench arch. So in this video, I want to showcase the importance of utilizing your lower body to help you in your setup process. What that's going to do for you, just like I said, you're going to be able to set up in a tighter position. All right, more tension equals us being able to control bigger weight. And we're also going to increase our arch and improve our positioning so we don't have to press that bar quite as far. And that's a huge advantage to us because benching's a game of millimeters. If we can cut that little bit off our bench press, that's a big deal. You know, think about it, if you had the opportunity to bench off a half board, even a one board, if we can cut that kind of range of motion off our bench, that's a big deal. So with today's lesson here, we are going to talk about primarily utilizing your feet as a way to help set your bench position. Okay, and this is something that goes often overlooked. Many times I see lifters simply lay down on the pad without much regard for how they're creating that tightness or using leverage. Setting up on the bench press is all about utilizing leverage, utilizing things to our advantage in which we can get into a tighter position. Most lifters just flop back on the bench, shimmy into it a little bit, think they're good and tight, ready to go. But in this position right here, I simply just got back on the bench press. I don't feel any tension or buildup in my head. I feel very relaxed. I'm not creating any active tension. My body's not shaking. I'm not exhausted. You know, I'm simply just laying here. That is not what we want from a good tight bench setup. Okay, instead, your feet are a powerful tool for helping you prop yourself up into position. So what I like to coach lifters to do is either to put their feet on the foot of the bench, which more oftentimes than not I help lifters do. If they don't do that, they're going to be utilizing bridging off the floor to help push onto their traps. And one of those big cues I'll say is don't let your butt touch the bench when you set up. All right, let your butt sink down to touch the pad after the fact, but don't during the setup let your hips come down and rest on the pad. So I'll show you from a feet up on the bench look here. What I'm going to do is use my feet to leverage this position. So you can see what I just did there. All right, I bridged up using my feet. I'm way up on my traps and neck. This is already very uncomfortable for me. A lot of pressure building up in my face. And not only am I just bridging myself up to get onto my traps, but I'm also pushing back. All right, I'm pushing back. I'm pushing into the traction of the bench. All right, so it's as if I'm pushing into a wall right now. So it's very exhausting for my lower body as well. Jam myself up to a good tight position. Now when I'm coming down, 1 foot at a time, and try not to let my hips touch the pad. Wiggle my feet out till now I'm just grazing the pad. Very active through the lower body, and you can see I kept a lot of that positioning. I'm still planted on the back of my neck, right where I want to be. Okay, there is no way I would be able to get into that position if I did not heavily utilize my legs to do so. I used my legs as leverage in order to set up higher up on my traps, back and neck, be in a better position, tighter position. And you can see from that setup there, you can already tell I'm pretty exhausted from that. That was a tough thing to do because it's a very active process. I'm utilizing all the musculature in my legs. I'm jamming myself into a tight position. So a lot of pressure building up my face. It's hard to actually talk as I go through that. I'm feeling a lot of muscle tension. I'm straining a lot. The setup is going to be the most exhaustive thing you do, because if we can get into a good tight setup where we're able to just receive max effort weight in our hands before the weight even comes out of the rack, that is going to help us immensely. So there you have it, guys, utilizing your lower half, your lower body, to actually assist you in a tighter setup so you can create better arch and also cut range of motion so that you are able to power through heavier weight. Coach Ben here. You know where to find me. You can meet me Thanks for watching the video. If you want to learn more about how to increase your bench press, consider joining us in our Better Benching Academy. To learn more, simply click the link down below in the description box or visit bigbenches.com/BB Academy. I'll see you there.